Welcome friends, welcome to Humor and Inspire, in short Hi. And today we will go ahead and understand about one of the most important part of our emotions, which is anger. Now when we go ahead and hear the word anger, rage, temper, something goes in our mind. What is that particular thing that goes in our mind? We go ahead and make the picture of a human who is furious, who is angry. Maybe we can go ahead and see ourselves in that place, who is furious, who is angry. Somebody with a face like this. Do you feel this is an emotion which needs to be there in our life, and it is everywhere suggested that we need to go ahead and avoid this particular emotion each and every time we come to an unfavorable situation, unlikely situation, which can go ahead and lead us to anger, can go ahead and lead us to rage, can go ahead and lead us to temper. But again, when the word emotion comes into place, we all know that something which is tough to go ahead and control is our emotions. But yes, it can be done through practice, can be done through change in our lifestyle, can be done through different other supportive options. We'll go ahead and discuss them in the later part of this video, maybe in the second part of this video. I would first come up with the important part as to what anger is and why people go ahead and tend to go ahead and get angry. Now, what is anger? It is a very common, natural and usual human emotion which comes when somebody is not finding something which is likely, which is not likable, which is not favorable for them. People go ahead and tend to fall into a stage wherein the emotion of anger comes out, which again should be stopped, should be controlled then and there when we are coming into that particular emotional trap. Now, if you go ahead and ask me, if you go ahead and ask yourself, when was the last time we had been angry on something, somebody, or for some reason? We all would go ahead and agree to it that it was not more than 48 hours that we had been into this particular emotional trap. So, which means this is one of the most prevailing, one of the most common emotions that we go ahead and face frequently in our lives, in our day-to-day lives. So, what needs to be done? All researches that had ever been done on anger states it's not good for our health, and something which is not good for our health should be avoided at any cost. Now, when we go ahead and talk about emotions, we definitely go ahead and understand that it's very hard to go ahead and have a control on emotions. But again, while we go ahead and say that it's hard, it's not that hard that it is not doable. It is doable. We have to go ahead and do it. We will go ahead and understand how we can go ahead and do it. But before I go ahead and come up to any of the options where I go ahead and help you out with any of the options, any of the ways to go ahead and control your anger, I would go ahead and like to narrate a short story, a very popular story which we go ahead and hear from our childhood about anger management. There was a boy who used to go ahead and get angry very easily, who did not had a control on his anger. His dad gave him a bag full of nails and asked him to hammer the nail into the back of the fence every time he used to go ahead and get angry. The boy heard his father, noted the steps, and followed it religiously for next 2 days. For the first day, he nailed 37 nails into the fence. The second day, it reduced. On the third day, he realized it's easier to go ahead and control the anger than nail into the fence. So what he did is, he came back to his dad and said, "Dad, now I have got a control on my anger, because it's easier to control anger than hammering a nail into the fence." Then his dad looked at his boy and said, "Now do me a favor, boy. All the nails that you have nailed into the fence, all the nails that you have hammered into the fence, please go ahead and pull them out." The boy again heard the command from his father and followed the same thing. And when he tried doing it, he realized what mistake he actually has done. He realized that every time he pulls out a nail from the fence, there is a hole created in the fence. And he comes back to his dad and apologizes and says, "Dad, I made a mistake." And then his dad says, "This is actually what anger does to people. When you are angry, you go ahead and you don't have a command on yourself. You go ahead and do whatever you feel better. And what happens is, on the contrary, we go ahead and create gaps with people who are around us, with people who are with us." The boy understood and followed his dad again thereafter. So what do we go ahead and learn from this? Every time we go ahead and get angry, we just not go ahead and create a negative or a bad health condition for ourselves. We also go ahead and create a negative situation in front of the people around us. We might go ahead and mess up with the relations that we have. So what is important, people? Only one thing. We need to go ahead and try controlling this particular emotion of ourselves. And how can we do that? There are multiple options through which we can go ahead and do that. Illustrative are multiple options. However, I found 4 of them very helpful while I tried to go ahead and follow the same in my life. And what are them? The first and the basic one. Whenever you go ahead and find yourself in the emotion of anger, breathe heavily. Take more oxygen into your body. So once you go ahead and take more oxygen into your body, the blood pressure will go ahead and circulate throughout. Along with that, the oxygen will go ahead and flow throughout. And how will this go ahead and lead? Once the oxygen, the blood flow is perfect in our body, we will not go ahead and hit our body with any unhealthy condition. It will also go ahead and help in reducing our mental state of anger at that point of time. Now, what's the next one? The next one is very simple. Keep a control on yourself. While you go ahead and breathe heavily, keep a control on yourself. Don't lose a control on yourself. The more you go ahead and have a control on yourself, the more you go ahead and act appropriately in the situation. You will not mess up with any people around, anybody around, you will not go ahead and mess up, so that if you go and relate back to the story I have just narrated, there won't be any holes in the fence. Everything would be perfect. Keep control on yourself. Don't lose control. Give yourself some time. Do not go ahead and mess up too early. Breathe easily, breathe heavily, and have a control on yourself. The next one, again interrelated to the past one, open your mouth, but think before you go ahead and open your mouth. Do not go ahead and blast off anything. Do not go ahead and say anything for the sake of saying. Think and then open your mouth. And the last one, do not go ahead and get overstressed. Please do not go ahead and get overstressed. The more you go ahead and get overstressed, the more the emotion of anger will increase. And the more the emotion of anger will increase, the more you will go ahead and fall into the trap of it. So friends, what do we go ahead and understand from this entire video? I'll definitely go ahead and create a second part to it, which would be exclusively on how to go ahead and have a complete control on anger in the situation we are into the trap of anger. I'll go ahead and create that for you. However, before we go ahead and end this video, we need to go ahead and understand as to what we learned out of it, what we can go ahead and do out of it. Anger is a part of our daily life. We have to go ahead and get into it. But what is important is we go ahead and have a control on ourselves every time we go ahead and get angry. So first, do not go ahead and get angry. If you are into it, if your emotion, you're not able to control it anyhow, there are certain simple options to go ahead and follow. First, breathe heavily, breathe easily. Second, have a control on yourself. Do not lose control. Speak properly. Think twice before you go ahead and open your mouth. And do not get overstressed into a situation. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would come up with an exclusive second part of this video wherein I would go ahead and I'd go ahead and give you more options to go ahead and have a control on your anger. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you again in the next video. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, share these videos. We go ahead and give 100% creating these videos for you people. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, share. And you can go ahead and reach back to me, writing me on my mail ID, which is available with my channel. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.